Okay, so here's what we know so far. 1. Before AC/DC was a band, it was a celebrity deathmatch of doom between a bunch of inventors and business people fighting over electricity. Back when serious mustaches weren't a trend, they were a way of life. 2. During the 20th century, Thomas Edison was celebrated as the best inventor to ever live. And, oh yeah, there was also this tall drink of water, almost lost to history, named Nikola Tesla. And 3. All of us in Geek Nation are united in our love for Nikola Tesla as the greatest inventor to have ever lived. Look, you and I know the wrong guy won the hearts and minds of America. Back when the Industrial Revolution was cool, that Edison guy built a lot of companies and created a lot of jobs. That Tesla guy? He was really smart and theatrical and introverted, but he wasn't particularly ruthless or exploitative. The poor guy was born at the wrong time. If he had been born in, say, 1971, he might have gone on to be Elon Musk. But this is all stuff we already know. There's also lots of stuff that we don't already know. Tesla and Edison weren't the only people monkeying around with electric companies in the hardscrabble 1880s. There was this Elihu Thomson guy who might have been smarter than both of them. And this Charles Brush guy who hunkered down in Ohio, Cleveland rocks, that kind of got the whole thing started. And of course, Sir Hiram Maxim from England, who built a big electric company, got bored, and went off and invented the machine gun instead. Now, there really weren't any women in this big business sausage factory because, you know, that's how history rolled. But we're going to get a little ahistorical. That's a later chapter of our story called Stretch Goals. So anyway, you've got all these really smart dudes, along with some ruthless business types, and they're racing each other to bring electricity to the world! It sounds like a pretty bitchin' story to make into a game, don't you think? That's why we created Tesla vs. Edison, to tell this story. Just loving Tesla is not nearly enough. The story is so much bigger, and it has all the twists and turns of a real truth is stranger than fiction. We're going to let you explore that story with your friends. So the game's pretty simple to learn. Each player is an investor, and they get to pick an inventor that they want to form a company with. This company is trying to claim electric projects all across the United States. Also in Montreal and Niagara, but we're going to call it all the United States because that kind of audacity is what people would expect from ugly American game publishers. Now, to claim projects you need to have the latest and greatest technology that the city in question demands, so you need to be improving your technology. You can also patent your technology, which means your opponents need to pay you if they use it too. Let me tell you, when your arch nemesis hands you a thick stack of money because they're going to use your technology, that is one sweet moment. But just being a lab rat and selling electricity isn't enough. There's also propaganda. Some of it is nice and sweet, like hanging out with Mark Twain, H.G. Wells, or Sarah Bernhardt, but some of it is kinda icky, like inventing the electric chair or electrocuting animals. Ew. This is important though, because the fickle public sure cares about AC and DC technology. If they hate the technology you're using, it is going to really hurt your company. The last big part of the game is the stock market. Company stock prices go up and down. You can buy and sell stocks. Now, us lab rats may not like that businessy stuff so much, but it's pretty fun to buy up some Edison stock and dump it later to knock down the price. Serious schadenfreude right there. You and your inventor are also going to be hiring other employees to join and take actions for your company. People like J.P. Morgan, or George Westinghouse. Remember that old school company called Westinghouse? There's a whole bunch of these, all the real people who made the War of Currents shine. There's so many fun mechanics. A draft for inventors, auctions to get new employees, and, oh man, that sweet, sweet stock market. And yes, while we love Tesla, we kind of like Edison too. And the rest of those crazy mustachioed geeks. So please, kindly help us take the story of Tesla, Edison, and all the rest of it out to the world. Head on over to Kickstarter, search for Tesla vs. Edison, and get this lovely box of fun into your hot little hands. Thank you so much for your support.